Well, that was good. I quickly changed the batteries before they had a chance to pick the phone up. So we're back in action. This new camera's good.
Last year we received on average 8,000 reports of scam emails per month, with over 96,000 people reporting that they had received a scam email. Don't click on links in emails from senders you don't know.
So yeah, this camera, it's okay, but it just eats batteries. It's an old Canon camera I picked up on eBay for 15 quid.
Are you receiving a lot of unwanted cold calls?
Because
our advisors will be able to help suggest
DC Grimwood
from ever coming
from Surrey Police stole my other camera, and he also stole my laptop, which is now with the Crown Prosecution Service. Okay. Toe rags.
You can sign up for free to Action Fraud Alert to receive information about scams and fraud happening in your area. Find out more at www.actionfraud.uk.
Friends, look.
If your business is being targeted
Excuse me, mouse a bit, so I've been rushing.
Make sure you keep the timeline
I've just been talking to the cab driver. I've showed him some of the documents I've got in my bag, and he's now on the phone to every black cab in London, and he's telling them to Google John Patterson plus Finchley Road fraud. Never miss an opportunity. Now then.
Never miss an opportunity. Now then.
Please continue to hold and we will be with you shortly.
I've been sending Godfrey Bloom all my evidence.
Think twice before answering cold calls.
He gave me his card.
Back numbers you don't recognise, as they may charge premium rates.
So he knows.
If the caller needs to get in touch with you, they'll leave a voicemail or contact
they all
you by
know.
other means.
They all know. They blocked me on Facebook again, so Andy Devine and my friends will circulate this.
Not as young as I was.
Although the police can't read every report given to them, there are other ways.
If you think about it, what an anachronism the BBC is, if you think it through. We've now got a choice of over 120, 130 channels we can watch. We could subscribe or not, depending on how we want to do our viewing. There's free news on sort of Sky 24 hours a day. There really isn't any need anymore for public service broadcasting. It's gone past. It did a wonderful job in the war. It was a wonderful concept in the early days, in the 1920s. But those days have gone. And of course, it's ludicrous, is it not? So they can send, if you have a machine in your house that's capable of actually getting a BBC broadcast, if you don't pay them money, they come knock your door down and put you in prison. What an extraordinary organisation the BBC is. BBC, no, I'll do the job for a measly £50,000 a year. Because it's clearly only part-time. So we don't need the BBC, and of course it's desperately overstaffed. They have far too many layers of management, all getting paid far too much money. So the concept of public service has now gone, and of course their original charter was to inform and entertain. They don't inform us anymore, do they? I mean, there's no information, it's just the party line, and sometimes we worry about the bias, and I know this demonstration is largely about bias of the BBC, which of course they they've already admitted to. They know they're biased. They only recruit from Guardian readers. How can they be any other? These people are complete comedians. They all think alike. They all piss in the same pot. They all eat their sun-dried tomatoes in NW1. They don't reflect the rest of the country at all. And so it has to be. Of course, they are deep state. And I don't argue that they're politically biased. They are deep state. They are the establishment. They are the broadcasting equivalent of Chatham House. You could quite easily hang every one of them for treachery.
Now, Chatham House is basically, it's the Royal Institute of International Affairs, which is 10 St James Square, London. And I can tell you now, from 1919, every United States president has been picked from the Royal Institute of International Affairs. You can check this for yourselves. Most of my listeners already understand this. Godfrey Bloom understands it. It's deep state. Now, I'm still on the phone. Listen.
Fight fraudsters together.
I mean, there's so much evidence on the corruption and bias in the BBC. It's almost beyond belief. That's why, I mean, I don't have a television.
Thank you for calling Fraud. One of our advisors will be with you shortly.
Now, the reason I'm calling Action Fraud Network is because the police have washed their hands of it. So have our members of Parliament, because they're all corrupt. They're all drinking out the same trough. He isn't. He's a good man. He's an ex-UKIP MEP. Sorry, I'm listening to the phone and I'm also trying to talk at the same time. So basically, we need to get this information to Nigel Farage because he's on LBC, which supposedly is independent. But I refuse to believe it. The only independent news outlets at the moment are myself, Gordon Bowden, Professor George Lees, Mr. Brian Setchfield, Matthew Taylor, all the rest you can just forget. So I'm still holding on.
Please ensure you have all the information ready to give our advisors.
I've got all the information ready. I'll show you how much information I've got.
Money was lost. All this information.
Excuse the mess. I'll show you how much information I've got. I mean, I'm talking about 180 Archlever files that go back 25 years. That's how much information I've got on these scumbags.
Did you know